Fighting, we are fighting. Fighting, we are fighting for our rights. Down, down, GMO.
Down, down, GMO.
Down, down, GMO.
And we are gathered hereby to condemn with the strongest possible terms the move by the cabinet yesterday to lift the ban on open cultivation and importation of white GMO crops or maize. And maybe first of all we need to ask ourselves, what are GMOs? GMOs are actually crops that have been genetically engineered. And we have heard the scientists arguing that genetical engineering has been taking place in the fields, and therefore GMOs are not new. And this line has been bought by governments in the global south, including the Kenyan government, in pushing for cultivation of GMO crops. We as the movement contend that yes, genetic engineering takes place in the field, but it is different from what takes place in the labs, where you find that foreign genes are introduced into the organisms, therefore altering the genetic makeup of those organisms. And this has got a potential of altering the genetic makeup of species we're having in our country. And this is very dangerous for our government to adopt that. We also contest the argument by the Kenyan government that introduction of GMOs is going to solve the problem of hunger. Because if that was the case, why is it that countries like South Africa that has gone fully GMO are still facing hunger? So GMO is not the solution to hunger. The solution to hunger is government increasing investments in food production. That if government can start investing in smallholder food producers, then we are going to solve the problem of hunger. So GMOs is not the solution to the problem of hunger. It's also worth noting that the GMOs are highly dependent on chemical fertilizers and pesticides, which means that introducing GMOs is going to add another burden to the farmers by having to intensively use chemical pesticides, chemical fertilizers, chemical herbicides, and even storing these GM products require chemicals. And all of us know that chemical pesticides like Roundup have been banned in Europe. They have been started to be causing cancer. Then why is it that our government is promoting crops that are going to increase usage of chemical pesticides that are carcinogenic and therefore causing diseases? The NBA cannot independently sit down and say that they are lifting the ban, yet there has not been public participation. The Euro Committee met with farmers, met with all stakeholders, but where did the NBA conduct meetings with the farmers and consumers in order to lift the GMO or the ban on GMO? So therefore, we're asking the Kenyan government to focus on supporting farm-based research. And the protocol requires that there must be free, prior, and informed consent of the stakeholders. And here are the farmers and the consumers. Where did the government conduct free, prior, informed consent for it to lift the ban? Has the issues been addressed? Were they addressed? Who did they inform? Was there public participation? Were the farmers involved in lifting the ban? Were the consumers involved in lifting the ban? And therefore, we are demanding that the Kenyan government immediately reverse the decision to lift the ban on open cultivation and importation of GMOs and address the issues that were raised by the Euro Commission. 2, we want the government to immediately start supporting banking of indigenous seeds and plant variety as stipulated under Article 11 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010.
Kanyaga GMO. Kanyaga GMO.
Kanyaga GMO.
Kanyaga GMO.